And just when it can't get worse, they're like, this fucking they call it fucking Ukraine lockdown, Ukraine war, drive up prices. The lockdowns and the Ukraine war and all the things that have been happening for the last year and a half over the stupid garbage that's causing our inflation problems. They're having inflation problems too. It's sad to see that this is happening in China, but I'm glad it's affecting them as it's affecting us. So their government can't do something garbage like, because if their government is willing to do this to their own fucking people, their government's willing to do a hell of a lot worse to the rest of us. And that shit just fucking scares the shit out of me. I I really don't want a war with China. I don't want a war with Russia. I don't want fucking war. I want to fix America. I want to be free. I want to live life. I want to be happy and merry. Have fucking family, marry kids, but instead you destroy the nuclear family. You turn women into fucking unattractive fucking. I'm not even going to keep continue. You just made that fucking possible, and then you herald this as the fucking the model for like what lockdown should be. And I'm glad we fucking punched you in the face on that one, because if we continue down your model, this is what we would be looking like right now, and I would have to use my Second Amendment. Like, this is much better for everyone the way we did things. Not, but let's get into this article. Talk about Chinese inflation for a bit. Chinese inflation rises as lockdowns, Ukraine war drive up prices. And inflationary pressure remains lighter than in other major economics, giving the central bank room to stimulate the slowing economy. Uh, Tests Financial Hub. Singapore inflation. Yet I want to read the full story. Oh, you won't let me read the full story because it's Wall Street Journal. We're gonna find another story. I hate when they do that. I really do. I really hate. I really, really hate when they do that, because just let me read your shit. Like, I'm not paying you to access your shit on the internet. Now, if you have extra shit that might make me want to pay, like the Daily Wire produces movies and stuff, then maybe I will. But I'm not just going to pay to read something on your site. This is what the ads should be paying for. I'll pay to watch better content. Chinese stocks dropped more than 3% after data shows China's producer inflation surging. Singapore. Chinese stocks led losses in Asia Pacific markets on Monday as investors reached the China's inflation data for March and monitored the COVID situation on the mainland. Mainland as well as Hong Kong stocks have been tumbling all day, but losses deepened by Monday's market close. The CSI 300 index, which tracks the largest mainland listed stocks, fell 3.09% to 41,000.07. Shanghai Composite was down 2.61% to about 3,167.13, while the Shenzhen component tumbled 3,671% to 11,520.21. Hong Kong's Hang Seng Index closed 3.03% lower at 2,008.30. Hong Kong listed shares of Chinese electrical vehicles marked number plunged 11.44% after the firm announced a suspension in production due to the disruption of its supply chain partners as a result of a COVID outbreak. So the lockdowns, the supply chain disruptions, the continued lockdowns over there that are fucking draconianly horrible, they're really, really fucking disgusting. They're they're causing them to suffer from inflation now too. It's driving down the value of their dollar as well. Like, we need to get off this course as humanity, as a globe. We need to get off this course, or we're gonna tank our entire economies, and we're gonna fucking institute the global Great Reset that the fucking Nazi on the German Nazi, I might mind you, Klaus Schwab on the World Economic Forum is fucking pushing out there on everyone. Where you will own nothing and be fucking happy about it. Does that sound like a life you want to live? Do you want to own nothing and be happy about it? Do you? Do you want to own nothing and be fucking happy about it? Boom. We're going to quick jump to this real quick. Because do you want this to happen to you?
这个是正常的叫啊，好了，终于来了，所有人都在叫，不要命了。
That's the sound of fucking billions of people, millions of people starving to death because they're locked in their homes or suffering from other sorts of problems that comes down with being fucking locked away like fucking rabid animals.
직관가 공부东西的俺教俺没几个了，你这突然之间，所有人都叫了。
Inflation's only going to increase these fucking problems. They should be letting these people out of their homes to at least forage for fucking food and shit because they have to fucking feed themselves. But it seems like this global supply chain problem, it's going to hit everyone equally. And I mean, I guess I'm glad for that because no one enemy can possibly take control over that, except maybe Russia because he's moving to move his shit back under the gold standard. But it might be too late because I thought most of the gold is in this computer technology and space technology. So do we even have enough gold to make monies back on put currencies back on the gold standard? The Bitcoin and digital currencies might be here to stay, and they could be the herald of the future. Decentralized where government can't say it, or the government is going to build infrastructure that we need for in order to use these for everyday payments that they can ban and block, and it'll be easier because it's online and they can track these purchases and such. I mean, they will never be able to ban it completely as long as I can transfer shit to you directly via third-party mechanism or in-person mechanism with like file transfer to transfer. But I digress. Got to speak to both sides of this issue. This is the state of China right now. Kind of not really concerned about them taking over the world anymore when they're quite clearly collapsing from within, and their people are on the stage of George Washington, a motherfucker, in the motherfucking face.
That's how winning is done.
They're getting ready to party like it's 1776, and that's a much better party than trying to invade my ass. I'm just fucking saying, but I hope we can end all this fuckery because this does disturb me. Thank you for checking out this clip of my Thought of the Day podcast. You can catch this podcast every Tuesday through Friday at that'sonpoint.info by 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time because that's how winning is done. New clips go out daily. And we can't do this without you, so we appreciate your support. With that being said, consider joining for $5 a month, and you get early access to the uncensored version of this, early access to our weekly That's On Point podcast, and access to exclusive content only for members. All the money that we receive is going to go funnel back into this to hire more journalists and do more things for you guys because that's how winning is done. It really is. We got a merch store and stuff. You can help there, and if you can't help via money, you can always just leave a comment, and share this out there because that helps us more than you can immensely know. That's the best way to help. Just leave a comment, and share. And if you're listening to us, leave a review. Leave a good review. Help us boost us in the podcast ratings and get us up there because that's how winning is done. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.